Samar Island is the third largest island in the Philippines and has one of the most extensive forest over limestone ecosystems in the country. This ecosystem is home to a wide array of uniquely adapted flora and fauna. Samar Island is known to be one of the centers of botanical diversity in the Philippines and has been nominated as a UNESCO World Natural Heritage Site for its exceptional natural beauty and precious biodiversity. For these reasons, Conserve Kaigangan, a biodiversity research program, was established. Kaigangan is a Samar local word that means forest over limestone. Our research program's mission is to assess and conserve the biodiversity in Samar Island's forest over limestone towards its sustainable management. One of our program's projects is the assessment of biodiversity and community structure in forest over limestone ecosystems. This component of our research aims to determine plant diversity and vegetation structure and various habitat types in forests over limestone, to determine animal diversity associated with forest over limestone, to identify functional classification of vegetation with its associated animal diversity, and to analyze the environmental factors influencing the prevailing structure of the biota. We conducted a comprehensive biodiversity assessment of forests over limestone in the municipalities of Paranas, Taft, and Giwan with remarkable findings. A combined total of 71 plant species were recorded from these municipalities, with at least 3 tree species classified as vulnerable based on the DENR updated national list of threatened Philippine plants. A total of 52 terrestrial vertebrate animal species, we at Conserve Kaigangan continue to further raise awareness and capacitate national and local government agencies, especially local communities, living in and around Samar's Kaigangan.
Hello everyone, welcome to Kaigangan Biodiversity Webinar Series. Some of the photographs of the vertebrate species he recorded from the study site. In addition, she found that the understory plant species from Paranas and Taft sites are highly affected by soil iron concentration and electrical conductivity, whereas plants from B1 are highly associated with soil pH and other macro and micronutrients.
Ayan, sorry for that. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our last episode of our Kaigangan webinar series for this year 2024. So again, I'm Lani and I will be your host. So before we start, I'd like to know sino ba dito ang naka-attend sa atin during last webinar with Dr. Jabez Flores. This is about the potential applications of drone mapping in researches of forest over limestone. So I hope you enjoyed, or we hope you enjoyed the talk and you learn a lot from that. So for our participants today, we'd like to know more about you. So kindly type your name, affiliation, and where you are right now in our chat box so we can acknowledge your presence. Kamusta po ba sa inyo? Dito po kasi sa Laguna ay maulan. Ayan. So we have here some. Let me read. So good morning everyone. Maayong buntag. Joining live from Makilala, Cotabato. So a proud 4-H club member of Makilala. Ayan, good morning Sir Kemmer Anya Biesa. Ayan, good morning sir. Then here we go, another one. So hi, I am Forester Bernadette Jewel Siliano from DENR Mimaropa region. Hello, good morning ma'am. Good morning ma'am Bernadette. Another one, hi, I am agriculturist Kai Escalona. Kumusta po ang lahat? I am happy to be here. Kamusta po, Ma'am Kai? Yes. Another one po, hello, good morning po sa lahat. Sir Jamil Cruz from IBS UPLB. Ayan. Kamusta po? Good morning po. I see some familiar faces din. So, I see Ma'am Banji Sarmiento. Good morning, ma'am. Nice to see you at Zoom. Ayan. I also see Sir Francis Aguilar from IBS. Ayan. And we have here Ma'am Maria Karina Lut Descaya. Hi po, ma'am. And we have here Ma'am Sandra Bias from DNR Senro Baguio. Hello, ma'am. Ayan, good morning po. Good morning po sa ating lahat. So, welcome po again sa ating Conserve Kaigangan webinar series. So these sessions occur once or twice a month. So kindly follow our Facebook page for some announcements. So for this year, it will be our last episode, but definitely not the least. So I know all of us are excited. So, and before we begin, we want to remind everyone that this webinar is recorded. So with this, please take note of the following rules for our decorum. So first, kindly keep your microphones muted, especially when our speaker is presenting. If you have questions or clarifications during the presentation, please send them in our chat box and we will acknowledge that during the open forum. So the link to the evaluation form will be provided and these certificates will be sent. So make sure that the email address you indicate is valid and correct as it will be used to send the e-certificates. Okay, now that we've set some ground rules, we can now continue with our event. So before we call our guest speaker, let me first introduce her. So our guest speaker is a licensed forester with a master's degree in forestry, major in forest resources management, specializing in watershed management, minor in silviculture and forest influences from the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. So she has participated and conducted various trainings and events, taking on roles such as resource person, moderator, support staff, and facilitator during her previous career. She has also been involved in several research projects, including the DOST Picard funded project, which is the Conserve Kaigangan, where she worked as a graduate fellow under the DOST SEI Career Incentive Program. So with more than 4 years of fieldwork experience and dedicated to research, she brings a wealth of knowledge and practical insights to her current role. So currently, our guest speaker is a faculty member at the College of Forestry and Environmental Science Caraga State University in Ampayon, Butuan City, where she is dedicated to mentoring and inspiring future forestry professionals, combining her academic expertise with practical insights from her extensive fieldwork and research experience. So she has authored and co-authored several research articles published in ISI and Scopus Index journals, such as books and SEPA materials. And she has also peer-reviewed some journal publications. Sorry. Her research focuses on biodiversity assessment and plant conservation, propagation and nursery management practices, species distribution mapping, geographic information systems, watershed characterization, climate change impacts, vulnerability assessment, and other related topics. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's all welcome Forester Marne G. Orejenes to talk about identifying plants for priority conservation in the limestone forest of Summer Island Natural Park using a localized conservation priority index.
Good morning, everyone from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Today, I will be presenting one of our research outputs. But before that, I would like to thank the Conserve Kaigangan Project for inviting me once again in this webinar series. It is an honor to contribute in this meaningful initiative. By the way, I am Forester Marne Orejenes, and just a short background. I was previously part of this DOSTP card-funded project, the Conserve Kaigangan, where I was a graduate fellow under the DOST Science Education Institute, deployed in University of the Philippines, Los Baños, Laguna. Recently, I joined Caraga State University as a faculty member of the College of Forestry and Environmental Science. Today, I am excited to share one of the outputs of the Conserve Kaigangan project, our research on identifying plants for priority conservation in Summer Island Natural Park, forest over limestone, using a localized conservation priority index. So this paper is already published in the Journal of Threatened Taxa for more information. For the introduction, forests are the lungs of the world that absorb carbon and provide oxygen. It provides wide ranges of essential services to the benefit of the environment and the humanity. However, destruction of the natural landscape of the forest has been rampant all over the globe, and we already observed that a huge tract of forests from all types, dominating by economically and ecologically important tree species, has been destroyed all through the years. This massive forest degradation had resulted to biodiversity loss, food insecurity, water insecurity, air pollution, eutrophication of water bodies, diseases, and other negative impacts that will reduce the critical ecosystem services direly needed by the human communities. Moreover, ecosystem degradation has also been observed in Summer Island Natural Park, and it was triggered by both natural and anthropogenic activities. This protected area as one of the extensive forests over limestone, not just in the Philippines, but also in Southeast Asia as well. Summer Island Natural Park is also known as a habitat of a unique flora and fauna based on the several studies conducted in the area. Besides, during this biodiversity assessment of the Conserve Kaigangan project, they discovered and documented new species of science inhabiting the canopy of the forest over limestone. And these species are the Corybas kaiganianus, Begonia normigaliari, Dicaistina tomentosa, Sesmotoglotis minuta, and Hoya kaiganiana. So owing to these unique endemics, indigenous plants, diverse animals, coupled with beautiful limestone hills and rocks, This protected area, or the Samar Island Natural Park, has been nominated for the UNESCO World Natural Heritage Site. The nomination of SINP for UNESCO listing should not be the end of the conservation actions. Rather, it should be the start of a well-meant conservation practice planning. That is why there is a need to localize and prioritize conservation in Samar's Kaigangan Forest. This is essential in biodiversity conservation since not all plant species have been assessed yet by the IUCN and by the National Committee on Threatened Species in the Philippines. Hence, prioritizing plants help identifying the taxa that need to be targeted for conservation with local communities taking active participation. This study aims to generate a list of top priority plants for conservation at Samar Island Natural Park using a localized conservation priority index. Specifically, this study determines the LCPI and the levels of priority of the plants in Samar Island Natural Park. Identify the top 20 priority plants for conservation in Samar Island Natural Park, determine the conservation and the endemicity of the priority plants, and geotags the occurrence of the top priority plants to enhance in situ conservation in the protected area. For the methodology, this study utilized the biodiversity assessment study of the Conserve Kaigangan project conducted in the 2 municipalities in Samar Island Natural Park. They recorded a total of 50 species in the protected area. These species were evaluated using the Localized Conservation Priority Index. This LCPI was derived from the study of Villanueva and Buo 2020, which is a point scoring method used to rank species by their level of priority, considering the harvesting risk, economic use, cultural use, species distribution, and frequency values. So each criterion of the LCPI will have a score of 1, which is the lowest, and 5, which is the highest for each criterion, where a higher score indicating higher conservation priority. For the harvesting risk, economic use, and cultural use, 1 plant part and 1 use is equivalent to 1, 2 plant parts and 2 uses is equivalent to 2, and so on. So in the case of more than 5 plant parts and more than 5 uses, the score is still 5. So the information about the harvesting risk, economic use, and cultural use was gathered from literature review and key informant interviews. For the species distribution, the location of the species was gathered from COS Digital Flora of the Philippines and online databases such as the International Plant Name Index and the World Flora Online. So basically, the more restricted the distribution of the species, the higher the score, owing to its uncommonness and the likelihood of the species to become extinct in the future. So if the species is found in Samar, it receives a score of 5, 4 if found in Visayas, 3 if found in Visayas and Mindanao, 2 if found in Philippines, and 1 if found in Asia and other parts of the world, or cosmopolitan. The frequency values have been based on the plot data of the study of Obenia et al. And Villanueva et al., referring to the occurrence value of each plant in the study site. So a score of 5 for a frequency values ranging from 0 to 20, frequency values of 21 to 40, 41 to 60, 61 to 80, and 81 to 100 will have a score of 4, 3, 2, 1, respectively. So after gathering the information on harvesting risk, economic use, cultural use, species distribution, and frequency values, it will now be summed up by adding all the scores from each criterion, and after that, a guide categorizing the priority levels for each plant and their corresponding recommended actions to take are shown in this table. So this table is a guide to identify the high, the medium, the low, and the low priority level species. So if the species obtain a score ranging from 1 to 8, the priority level is low and the decision is suitable for high impact harvesting. So if the species obtain a score between 9 to 16, the priority level is medium and these species can be harvested with specific quotas. Lastly, if the species scores between 17 to 25, the priority level is high, and these species require strict regulation in harvesting in the protected area. So after the calculation of the recorded species using the Localized Conservation Priority Index, this study identified the top 20 priority plants to be conserved in Samar Island Natural Park. So these priority plants were identified based on their conservation status and endemicity using the IUCN and the DAO 2017-11 or the Philippine Red List of Threatened Species. Also, these priority plants were geotagged in the protected area to enhance in situ conservation in the protected area. Okay, we are now on the results and discussion of the study. In determining the Localized Conservation Priority Index of plants in Samar Island Natural Park, the LCPI results categorized 13 species with high priority levels, scoring 17 to 20, and 37 species classified as medium priority level. Again, these 13 high priority level species require strict regulation in harvesting in a protected area, while the medium priority levels can be harvested within a specific quotas. Okay, the evaluation of the recorded species were evaluated using the Localized Conservation Priority Index to identify the top 20 priority plants to be conserved in Samar Island Natural Park. So the selected top 20 priority plants with the highest score in LCPI are shown in this presentation. The top one or the first in rank priority species with the highest score in LCPI is the Caryota rumpiana, followed by Aquilaria cumingiana, Cycas riemanniana, Dracaena angustifolia, Onchosperma tigularium, down to Shorea contorta. For the LCPI scores of the selected top 20 priority plants in SINP, notably, all the top 13 with high priority level species, from Caryota to Palacium species, obtain a 5-point score for harvesting risk criterion. This one, the color blue, indicating that all plant parts, from roots, stems, leaves, flowers, and fruits, are susceptible to harvesting at any time. For economic uses, this one, the color red, most of the priority plants are primarily used as a medicinal purposes by the residents of Samar. Also, ornamentals and landscaping are also common in these priority species. For cultural uses, this one, the color black, species like Caryota rumpiana, Cycas riemanniana, and Aquilaria cumingiana were utilized for religious and festival activities, including church ornaments and decorations in Samar. Geographically, most of the priority plants, this one, the color yellow, mostly exhibit a cosmopolitan distribution of the species, indicating their presence beyond Philippines. For the frequency values, still majority of the priority plants have a frequency values ranging from 0 to 20, signifying sparse occurrence value of each plant in the study site. So given this extensive conservation priority index, there is a need for strict regulation to prevent overexploitation of these priority species in the protected area. This slide shows the conservation status of the top 20 priority plants in SINP based on the national and global scale. So at the national level, the DAO 2017-11 or the Philippine Red List of Threatened Species identified 9 threatened species among the top 20 priority plants in SINP. 6 species are vulnerable. 3 species belonging to other threatened species such as Gymnostoma rumpianum, Artocarpus, and Aglaya rimosa. On the other hand, at the global scale, IUCN identified 12 species, 1 critically endangered species, 1 endangered, 1 vulnerable, 7 least concerned species, 1 near threatened, and 1 data deficient species. Based on this conservation status, only Aquilaria commingiana are vulnerable based on IUCN and the Philippine Red List of Threatened Species. Surprisingly, Hansha winseliana, which is a critically endangered species, based on IUCN, has no conservation status in the Philippines. Aside from that, the top one or the first in rank priority species with the highest score in LCPI, this one, the Caryota rumpiana, has no conservation status in IUCN and the Philippine Red List of Threatened Species. That is why there is a need to localize and prioritize conservation in Samar's Cagayan Forest, since not all species have been assessed yet by the IUCN and the Philippine Red List of Threatened Species. It is remarkable that the majority of the priority plants lack of conservation status, which may hinder conservation efforts. These priority plants are crucial plants, extensively utilized at the local level by the residents of Samar and still remain largely unexplored. That is why the application of the Localized Conservation Priority Index become crucial in documenting locally threatened biodiversity. We have to remember that these priority plants are under threat, hold immense economic significance, and serving purposes such as food, medicine, building materials, ornamentals, among others, as cited by several studies conducted in the area. For the endemicity of the priority plants in SANP, results show 60% of the priority plants are native, 30% are endemic, such as the Cycas reminiana, Caryota, Artocarpus, Hansha winseliana, Shorea nigrosensis, and Shorea contorta, while the remaining 10% are still unidentified. These endemic taxa, as indicated by Howard et al. 2015, are more vulnerable to extinction due to their limited and sometimes single geographical range and extensively utilized for a variety of purposes. In geotagging of the top 20 priority plants in SINP, this study meticulously documented a total of 2,000 individual priority species in the 2 selected municipalities in Samar Island Natural Park. So in the municipality of Paranas in the province of Samar, revealed 17 priority species with 834 individuals. On the other hand, the municipality of Taft in the province of Eastern Samar exhibit a 8 priority species with 1,169 individuals. Moreover, 89 individuals were documented from the top 13 priority species classified as high priority species requiring strict regulation in harvesting in a protected area. Okay, everyone or every priority plants underwent geotagging in Samar Island Natural Park. So based on this presentation, the prevalent species as shown in these slides are the Shorea nigrosensis and Hansha winseliana. Additionally, 3 species such as Cycas reminiana, Gymnostoma rumpianum, and Lasanthus recoplibus each accounted for a singular plant in the protected area. Similarly, there are also priority plants with fewer individuals documented in Samar Island Natural Park. Therefore, essential tracking and monitoring in situ are imperative to safeguard and ensure the survival of these rare plants and their propagules in the protected area. The diminished number of species occurrence of most of the priority plants is attributed by the human disturbances exacerbating by agroclimatic anomalies as outlined by the study of Villanueva et al. 2022. So those factors significantly affect the psychological performance encompassing survival, growth, reproduction, and resource distribution of the priority species in the protected area. For the conclusion, a total of 50 plant species were evaluated using the Localized Conservation Priority Index. 13 species were identified as high priority levels, requiring strict regulation in harvesting in the protected area, while the 37 species classified as medium priority levels can be harvested within a specific quotas. The top 20 priority species prioritized for conservation over the next 5 to 10 years include Caryota rumpiana, Aquilaria cumingiana, Cycas riminiana, Resena angustifolia, among others. These priority species have been geotagged for in situ conservation in the protected area. This study recommends village-level conservation policies, minimizing road development and encouraging locals to propagate plants through ex situ methods. Aside from that, conservationists are also urged to refine the localized conservation priority index and explore conservation strategies that align with sustainable development goals to the benefit of the local communities. So here are my references. I would like to acknowledge the following institutions: the Department of Science and Technology, Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic and Natural Resources Research and Development, or the DOST-PCARD, DOST Science Education Institute, Conserve Kaigangan Project, in Institute of Biological Sciences, College of Art and Sciences, University of the Philippines, Los Baños, Laguna, Samar State University, Eastern Samar State University, and the People's Organization in Samar Island National Park, Philippines. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Forrester Orejenes, for that very informative talk. I'm sure our participants enjoyed and learned a lot from you. So for our next segment, we all invite you to our open forum. So we invite Forrester Orejenes. Ayan. So please, for our participants, for your questions, please make sure to type them in our chat box and I will read it for you. So while you are doing so, let me first read some of the questions we received from our for our speaker. So Ma'am Orejenes, asan si Ma'am Mark?
Yes po, medyo mahina po yung internet ko po, naka-off lang po yung
Okay.
camera. Okay lang
Okay.
po ba?
Okay, ma'am.
Medyo mahina po
Understood
yung
po.
internet connection.
Okay lang po, ma'am. Understood po. So for the first question po, ma'am, in what ways can a localized conservation index be adopted to account for changing environmental conditions or local socio-economic factors?
Thank you for that questions. But again, this localized conservation priority index is focusing on identifying the priority plants in a certain area. So in other aspect, so there are a study of the Conserve Kaigangan project focusing on the other environmental conditions to identify the preferred habitat of the species. But in terms of identifying the priority species and using the localized conservation priority index, it just only focuses on the identifying the locally threatened biodiversity, since not all plant species have been assessed by the IUCN and the Philippine Red List of Threatened Species. So for the socio-economic and other factors, so the socio-economic is just, we are just asking the locals about the utilization of the species. And for the other factors, like the environmental conditions, so you may refer to the study of Orejenes et al. My study about the habitat preferences of these top 20 priority plants for more information.
Okay. So sana po naintindihan ni ma'am na nagtanong. Ayan. So unique po ang every index.
Yes.
Ano po?
Yes.
Okay po. So at meron na po bang questions from the participants? Wag po kayo mahiya, magtanong lang po tayo kay Forrester Orejenes. So while nag-iisip pa po ang ating ibang sorry, meron po palang chat. Sige, tingnan ko po dito. Ayun. Basahin ko lang po. Good morning po. So from Ma'am Rochelle Paculba. Good morning po. May I ask what is the relevance of identifying plants for conservation, and are your methods used in the study can also be applicable in other areas of the Philippines? Ayan, ma'am.
Okay. The relevance in identifying the relevance in using localized conservation priority index again is to identify the priority species in a certain area. So we have to remember that we cannot protect all the species in the protected area, and it is difficult to attain. That is why the species recorded in Samar Island Natural Park were ranked with the assumption that some species are more important than the others. That is why the Localized Conservation Priority Index was being developed to identify the specific priority conservation in the local areas. And for the application, these methods, the Localized Conservation Priority Index, can be used in different areas by using the same criteria or by modifying the criteria that will suit the local condition and other conservation priorities. And it is also depends on the researcher.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. So, other questions po from our participants? Ayan, wala na po ba, sir? Meron ditong isang question, ma'am, kaya lang ay parang nasagot na. So, could the study be replicated in other areas of Samar? Like, for example, in the islands of Giwan? She is an interested participant, so in conducting related studies, and need daw niya ng collaboration. Ayan.
Yes, we already, the Conserve Kaigangan project already replicated this study about the prioritizing species in Giwan. So you may still refer to the publication of the Conserve Kaigangan project for the same study conducted in Giwan Marine Protected Landscape and Seascape. So for more collaboration po, you may ask the Conserve Kaigangan project, particularly the project leader for that matter.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. So, other questions po? Parang mahihain ang ating mga participants today.
Yun nga so wala.
So, kung wala na po, so I think we covered, ayan. Okay, eto, sabi ni Ma'am Karina, willing to collaborate if this will be replicated in Bicol karst areas. Ma'am
That's a good
Karina,
po.
yes, pwede nyo
Yeah.
rin po pisahan.
Yes. Yes, you may use the same methods or you may modify the criteria that will suit your local condition and anything. And this study also recommends to explore other conservation strategies that will align the sustainable development goals in the area. That's
Yes
all
po.
po. Yeah.
Yan. So, I guess, wala na po. Wala na pong questions talaga. So, for that, thank you very much po again, Forester Orejenes, for that very, oh, sorry. Eto pa po, last na ha. Ma'am,
Sige
can
po.
you be an expert consultant? We wish to learn how to do this kind of study, but we do not know and we do not have an expert in our institution. Published na po
Yeah.
ba study po, ma'am, and we wish to learn more.
Yes, it is already published in the Journal of Threatened Taxa, and for the study of Giwan Marine Protected Landscape and Seascape, it was already published in the Journal Marine Islands, GMIC. I forgot the full term of the, basta it already published. All the project of the Conserve Kaigangan project, phase 2, was already published, and you may refer that to the website or the official website of the Conserve Kaigangan. And so for the collaboration, so you may contact us, me or the Conserve Kaigangan, for more partnership and collaboration. So we are willing to whatever you want, as long as for the additional knowledge about
Ayun.
science.
Ayun, thank you, ma'am. You can reach Conserve Kaigangan po on our FB, ganyan, email address, and we will flash that. Ayan. Ayan, nasa chat box na po natin kung saan niyo po kami pwedeng ma-reach. Ayan. Again, thank you very much. Kung wala na po, wala na pong habol. Ayan. So for that, thank you very much again, ma'am, Forester Orejenes, for that very engaging and lively discussion. So I think
Thank you
we
so
have
much.
covered all the questions. Thank you for always
Yeah, as long
welcoming
as
us.
for Conserve Kaigangan.
Wow. Thank you, ma'am. So for that, we give our certificate of appreciation to Ma'am Marne. So let me just read the citation. So University of the Philippines, Los Baños awards the Certificate of Appreciation to Forester Marne G. Orejenes for serving as the resource speaker during the webinar presentation entitled Identifying Plants for Priority Conservation in Summer Island Natural Park Forest over Limestone using a localized conservation priority index of the Kaigangan Biodiversity Webinar Series held on 2 December 2024 via Zoom. So signed, Maria Celeste N. Banitikla Hilario, our project leader. Ayan, thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much, Ma'am
Thank you
Marnie.
so much din po. Thank you so
Let's
much.
give Forrester Orejenes a heart reacts. Ayan. So, for our next program, ayan, may we call on our project leader, Dr. Maria Celeste N. Banatikla Hilario, for our closing remarks.
Okay. Good morning everyone. Nagulat ako may slide pa, no? Ayun nga. So, good morning to all of you, and on behalf of the Conserve Kaigangan team, I would like to thank all our resource persons for generously imparting their data, knowledge, and insights on the biodiversity and conservation of forests over limestone. Special mention si Forrester Orejenes, the ever-reliable Forrester Marnie Orejenes, for presenting twice. And
Thank
of
you po.
course, we are also very grateful to all of you, no, to all our attendees, especially the regular ones. So many thanks for allotting time for our seminars, for being open and receptive to what our resource persons are presenting, and also for your patience for the technical difficulties that we experience from time to time. So really hope that you learned a lot and also had fun while doing it. And we hope to see you again in the next Kaigangan Biodiversity Webinar Series. So yun, maraming salamat po.
Ayan, thank you very much, Dr. Hilario. And ayan, for the participants here, let's have our photo off. So kindly, please open your cameras. And we may call on Miss Anne.
Okay, so ready na po ba ang lahat? I hope everyone can open their camera so you will be included in the photo documentation of this webinar. Sige po. So if hindi naman po kaya makapag-open, you can click the heart reacts or any reaction so that we will know that you are with us today. Okay, so ready lang po. Smile. Wait, nasa na yung ano ko? Wait lang po ha. Pero ngiti lang po kayo para maganda at pogi pa rin sa picture. Nasaan na? Ayun, okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, smile! Okay, so first slide pa lang po yun. Keep smiling lang po and reacting. Okay. Sige, next slide po, next slide. Last slide naman na po ito. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very much, everyone, again, for joining us today. So, ayan, before you leave, oh, nasa na ba? Miss Anne? Ayan, we want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a bountiful biodiversity in 2025 and beyond. So, from our Conserve Kaigangan family. Ayan. So, before you leave din po, please do not forget to scan our QR code flashed on your screen, and it will be also provided in our chat box. So you can click just the link. Okay? So everyone, thank you again, and we want to see all of you in our next webinar next year. Again, enjoy the rest of the day po. Advance happy holidays. Thank you.
Samar Island is the third largest island in the Philippines and has one of the most extensive forest over limestone ecosystems in the country. This ecosystem is home to a wide array of uniquely adapted flora and fauna. Samar Island is known to be one of the centers of botanical diversity in the Philippines and has been nominated as a UNESCO World Natural Heritage Site for its exceptional natural beauty and precious biodiversity. For these reasons, Conserve Kaigangan, a biodiversity research program, was established. Kaigangan is a Samar local word that means forest over limestone. Our research program's mission is to assess and conserve the biodiversity in Samar Island's forest over limestone towards its sustainable management. One of our program's projects is the assessment of biodiversity and community structure in forest over limestone ecosystems. This component of our research aims to determine plant diversity and vegetation structure and various habitat types in forests over limestone, to determine animal diversity associated with forest over limestone, to identify functional classification of vegetation with its associated animal diversity, and to analyze the environmental factors influencing the prevailing structure of the biota. We conducted a comprehensive biodiversity assessment of forests over limestone in the municipalities of Paranas, Taft, and Giwan with remarkable findings. A combined total of 71 plant species were recorded from these municipalities, with at least 3 tree species classified as vulnerable based on the DENR updated national list of threatened Philippine plants. A total of 52 terrestrial vertebrate animal species were also recorded, including 5 amphibian species, 15 reptile species, 20 bird species, and 12 mammal species with conservation statuses ranging from threatened to endangered and critically endangered, based on the DENR updated national list of threatened Philippine fauna. This knowledge will empower our stakeholders in these areas to make appropriate research-based conservation efforts for the protection of these ecosystems that harbor an assemblage of rare, endemic, and economically important flora and fauna. Through this program, people will be equipped with knowledge on forests over limestone biodiversity, including the ecosystem services that it can offer to the community. We at Conserve Kaigangan continue to further raise awareness and capacitate national and local government agencies, especially local communities living in and around Samar's Kaigangan.